Hello, my little fishes. Today, I'm going to tell you a story. A story for those who are scared to step out of their comfort zone. For anyone who is afraid to begin a new journey. For someone like me, 6 years ago, when I was terrified to leave everything behind and emigrate to a new country alone, to start life again from zero. A magical story. The story behind this drawing. The story of a girl who carried the ocean inside her heart. Her name was Leora, the one who brings light. She had long, wavy hair, the color of river silt and starlight. And when the wind moved through it, it shimmered as though tides lived inside it. Leora was born with a strange and gentle magic. She could create bubbles that carried life. Not ordinary bubbles, but glowing spheres of water that shone from within, warm as a heartbeat and soft as moonlight. When she released them into the world, they floated slowly, drifting like quiet lanterns. And always inside each bubble appeared a lost fish, tiny ones, trembling ones, forgotten ones. Creatures who had lost their way in narrow rivers, polluted streams, lonely lakes, or places where dreams no longer dared to grow. Leora understood them. She knew what it felt like to be stuck. She knew the ache of wanting to belong somewhere bigger, freer. So every evening, when the sky turned the color of deep water, she walked barefoot beside the rivers, carrying her magic like a promise. "Come," she whispered to the fish inside the bubbles. "You were never meant for small waters." And the bubbles followed her, hundreds of them, with fish peeking out wide-eyed, afraid yet hopeful. She guided them to the ocean, the vast, breathing heart of the world. Some hesitated at the edge. They had spent their whole lives in tiny waters. They had learned the language of fear long before the language of courage. One small fish, trembling more than the rest, whispered, "I don't know how to dream that big. The river was all I knew." Leora knelt, her hair falling around her like waves, and gently cupped the bubble in her hands. "Listen," she said softly. "You're allowed to want more. The river taught you how to survive, but the ocean will teach you how to live." The fish stared at her, overwhelmed. Leora continued, her voice like tide and truth. "Don't let the place you started be the place you stay forever. Don't let small waters convince you that you are small too. You're allowed to outgrow every place that ever tried to keep you." She lifted the bubble. It shimmered, thinned, and burst. And the fish fell into the ocean with a splash that sounded like a new beginning. It swam in a wild circle of joy. The others followed, one bubble at a time, until the shoreline glittered with freedom, ripples spreading outward like dreams finally allowed to breathe. Before they disappeared into the deep blue, the ocean stirred as if whispering gratitude. The fish, once terrified, now sparkled with courage. They called back to Leora. "Thank you for believing in us. Before we knew how to believe in ourselves." Leora smiled gently, touching her chest where her magic lived. "You were never lost," she whispered. "You were just waiting for someone to remind you who you could become." Then she turned back toward the winding rivers, barefoot and glowing, ready to find more dreams trapped in too small waters, ready to teach them the same truth. You were not born for cages. You were born for oceans. Dream bigger. Swim farther. Become everything the small rivers told you you could never be. And remember this, my little fishes. Be brave. On this path of growing, expanding, and becoming who you truly are, don't forget to be kind to yourself. You are all you have, The only love that will stay with you from the first breath to the last is the love you build for yourself. So hold your own hand gently. Speak to yourself softly. Forgive yourself quickly, and always, always keep going and keep growing. Because staying stuck in one place, never experiencing life, never discovering what's out there, is far scarier than leaving everything behind and starting over and stepping bravely into the unknown. Thank you for being with me in another video. I'll see you in the next one. And let me know in the comments if you enjoy this kind of storytelling. Bye-bye.